if you knew my health history and my family, you would know even to use that shit, I'd already be dead. I already lost two family members to heart conditions and it runs in this family. Like I would already be dead. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. So to speak on that and tell me what I'm using for what I'm not using, bro, I eat clean. I fucking do cardio every day. I do all the hard work you don't want to do to achieve. That's me. You're looking at it. And I post it every day on my social media what I do. You got the people who understand it because they're doing it. And then you got the people who will never understand it because they don't know how to formulate it. They don't know the formula behind it. They think there's shortcuts. There's no fucking shortcuts.
UFC 271, man. You're taking on Maxim Grishin. Why'd you decide to jump into this spot, man, on short notice?
Man, I just love fighting, man. I just want the opportunity, you know? I don't know when I'm gonna fight again, and they offered me to fight, so I jumped on it.
Yeah, yeah, that's interesting. Like you just said, you don't know when you're gonna fight again. So they haven't been offering you fights, or were guys just like turning you down and you just couldn't find an opponent?
That's not how they work. I don't,
Mhm.
they got roster that they gotta, everyone gotta get their payday. So at the end of the day, I just fought in December. So it's like, oh, I said I want to fight again in March, April, hopefully. They offer me this fight for February. They just I guess, hit up Tyson, and Tyson hit me up, and I said, yeah, I'll take it.
Grishin, man, he's he's experienced, man. Over 40 fights, the most experienced guy you're gonna face. But he's also an older guy at 37. What do you know about him and then in his skill set?
I don't know much about him. I just know that my coaches is like, he likes to strike. He has some grappling. It's like nothing crazy that I'm not training at the end of the day. I have endurance, strength, speed, power. I can last rounds. I'm very durable. So whatever comes, comes. I just know I'm gonna be going for the kill.
He missed weight in his last fight. You know, some fighters they're hoping for that since it means the possibility of 4 checks rather than two. What are your thoughts on that?
Um, I'm just trying to make weight myself, man. I don't wish that on nobody. I took this thing on short notice, so I gotta grind down too. I wouldn't wish that on nobody. You miss weight, then that's honestly, if I hear him, if he missed weight, it was a reason. But I know we're professionals, but that's a big leap from 206 to 265. They need to put a 220 weight class or something, because we be walking around 230, 240, and we're too short or too small. And it's like, to stay at 205 or around that weight is very expensive. You got to eat clean and train like practically every day, because you never know when they're going to call. Like if they're calling or letting us know 6 to 8 weeks out, then that's a different story. I can always make weight. But when I'm getting, my last fight was 5 weeks notice. They said Alonzo Menefield. This one's 2 weeks notice. So it's like, okay, last time, the one before that was Contender Series. Right after I get off the plane, I was on 3 weeks notice. I'm like, okay, thank God I just cut weight. I'm still down. And then boom, I made weight for Abu Dhabi. So if there's more of a warning or like some type of system that they have, like, okay, Will, around March, April, we're looking to match you, then
Mhm.
we'll know. That'd be okay, cool. But I don't knock the man. Shit. We could fight at 210 next week. I'll fight him at 210.
Was that ever a consideration? You know what I mean? Taking this fight on shortness to maybe get a catch weight in there. You said 220 would be a perfect weight class. I think 220 should be a weight class. To be honest with you, like you said, what was it? A 60-pound gap between weight classes is ridiculous.
Yeah. But yeah, I was fucking around with Tyson. I was like, yo, see if we could fight at 210 or 215, and I'll take the fight, catch weight. And Tyson was like, no, no, no. I'm like, yo, man, don't know until you ask, but it is what it is. I ain't mad at nobody. I'll just make 205 regardless of what.
Yeah. Well, you've always been a professional, man. And you mentioned, your last fight against Alonzo Menefield. It was a good performance, a solid win. Usually fighters are their worst critics. What did you not like about the fight and how it played out?
I didn't like how like my KO awareness wasn't on point, like
Mhm.
knowing when I shook him or rocked him. But my coach told me, yo, he has power too, so fight smart. So I hit like when Francis fought Stapey, that's how I went in there. Like even though I was rocking him and knocking him down, I had to be aware that this could still get ended, you know?
Yeah, you did. I think you hurt him in all the rounds, man. You had
Yeah,
him rocked in every single round, and yeah, you're right, man. Sometimes fans will watch that fight and be like, "Why didn't he go for the kill?" But you know, you do have to be careful, man. Not every guy you can just swarm because they
yeah,
might be waiting for you to swarm
yeah. It's
to
like
counter,
that.
right?
Yeah, mostly it's like that do or die moment. Like, fuck it, I'm rocked anyways. He's coming in for the kill. He's gonna come in worry free and then bow, knock the fuck out. And you're waking up off the floor like, yo, I just gave away the fight.
Is there lessons you can learn from those moments moving forward? You know what I mean? The moments where you had him hurt, and then maybe you should have went in there and went for the kill, but you just didn't.
No, just more so when I get to that KO moment, just like pick and choose the shots. If they're hurt, then be wary and just like, all right, start giving volume. Don't just run in there. Pick the shots, set him up. If he's rocked and he's holding his head, aim for the body or the leg, make him open up and then go for the kill.
Your technical side comes out in that moment, right?
Yeah, in that moment, my technical side comes out. It's like, okay, cool. I'm technical most of my fight. I try to pick and choose my fights. Like what's given to me, I take it.
There's a misconception about you, I think. They don't really consider you as a technical guy. They just look at the power and the agility and, and the explosiveness, and they kind of blur out the technical side. And I feel like every fight you've been showing more and more of that.
Yeah, that's good for me because then there are coaches that teach these fighters like, hey, this is how this guy's gonna go. They miss they misinterpret it and then they send their fighter out to lose. So I'm
Mhm.
happy that they do that. Past couple fights has been like that. They're like, oh, he's explosive. He goes for this. He goes for that. I always switch it up. I don't go out the same. I switch it up. Sometimes I go out the same to be like, okay, he is gonna be this way, and then I switch it up. I'm psych.
It's like, yeah, yeah, for sure. And you said after the fight, that you wanted to enjoy the holidays because you've missed the holidays the last couple of years. How was your December like? How did you spend the rest of the December?
Um, December was okay. I finally got to eat with my family and stuff like that. I got to, but I didn't really enjoy myself because I had a funny feeling something was gonna come up. Usually, when I don't care anymore after a fight, usually I get to like the 240s, 250s. And I'd be like sitting around chilling, little chubby guy, training and shit. And then I'm like, all right, time to cut weight because I know 8 weeks out and I go hard.
Mhm.
But for some reason, I just kept saying, yo, I have a funny feeling something's gonna happen in February or March.
Hey, the funny feelings, man. You gotta react. You gotta go on those. This will be your second pay-per-view event, man. The first one was on Fight Island. Did you like the experience of Abu Dhabi on that island? Because I've talked to
Yeah.
a few fighters and they didn't like that flight so much.
Yeah, the flight was the only problem, but being there, dope. Racetrack,
Mhm.
big rooms, food brought to you, get whatever we wanted. Yeah, it was crazy.
It was it's like being a prince then, right, at the hotel.
Pretty much. And then after you win, they usually having some celebration music, or you coming down the
Yeah.
hall with like confetti and liquor and shit. I'm like, what? Like,
You're like, yo, at the Apex, why are they doing that? You know what I mean? You guys need to take a page out the book. Oh, from there.
crazy, crazy.
Fight Island was like the apex, a very limited amount of people inside the arena. UFC 271 is in Houston inside the packed arena. This is going to be your first time, man, being able to experience fight week, pay-per-view fight week, live weigh-ins. It is different. It is a different feels, man. I'm pretty sure with that smile on your face, you're looking forward to that.
Yeah. I've been looking forward to that for like 3 years.
Yeah.
I've been ever since fucking contender series because they had a small crowd. My second contender series, small crowd. It was really COVID. My second contender series, nobody. And then it was like boom, Fight Island, nobody. Then boom, the UFC fight night. On April, nobody. The UFC in August, a little something, a little few people, and then December, a little few people. But this time, what? 65,000 people or whatever the case may be. Let's go. I'm trying to be like,
Yeah, man, it's different, man. I get excited listening to fighters talk about how excited they are to fight in front of a crowd, man. It's just wild how the last couple of years has been. You know what's a trip is like some fighters they sign to the UFC, they only fight at the Apex maybe twice, and they get cut, man. They never get to experience the real like UFC show, man. It kind of sucks, man, that they don't get to do that.
yeah, I ain't gonna talk shit, but a lot of these fighters are scripted. They know what the
Mhm,
fuck their problem is. They know what they need to do. They need to stop with the bullshit. Like a lot of fighters built their resume off of picked fights.
mhm,
Mine, I didn't give a fuck who I fought. I told my coach, if they're not top five in the region, I don't want to fight them. And that's how I went. Because I know in the UFC, you're going to fight high level guys
mhm,
or in Bellator, or whatever the case may be. People underestimate human beings. And I sit here, I'm that guy I used to talk about. I'm like, yo, there's a guy probably sitting on the couch eating chips, potatoes, fucking steak, playing video games, seeing this shit and be like, man, I wonder if I get serious, would I be the guy to take someone's belt? And look at this shit. 5 years, I'm climbing up the ladder. I'm in the UFC. Never was even a thought. It was never even a thought. Like, I wish people could be in my mind and look at my posts from years ago. Being in the UFC was never even a topic. And I'm in the UFC. And I'm here because of my coach, not because of me, because I wanted to just do jujitsu. I didn't even know MMA had a fucking an outlet like they did for amateurs growing up and ranking and getting yourself to this level. I thought there's just like you're an athlete, they know who you are and they just pick you out of like Division 1 school or something, or and they train you. I did not know none of this was going on. And I just took the 5 years serious. Every day I would tell myself, I'm gonna make up 11 years in a short amount of time. And I think I'm doing it.
yeah, and as you get closer and closer to the top, man, your story will come out to more and more people. The UFC will start to realize a little bit more of what type of story you have, and it's gonna be great to see, man. Starting out the new year, anything different, that you've done?
Nothing different. Just I'm in that mindset of you can't control people's actions, and the mindset of it is what it is. The mindset of everything in life is written. When you're born, our fate, our time, everything's written. We already have an expiration date the day we're born, and our timeline's already written. We're just gonna walk it. So everything that's happening, you talking to me, was gonna happen. You being born, this day was gonna happen. Everything. That's how I live, man. I don't sit here wishing anymore and hoping. Now this experience getting in the UFC, yo, you put your mind to something, just say it, do it, and get it done.
For sure. And what do you see, man? What do you see? How do you see yourself getting it done against Maxim in front of that packed arena?
Yo, I'm telling you, I'm gonna knock him out. I'm gonna be the surprise knockout. I'm gonna knock him out. There's no way that I'm gonna allow this man to knock me out. I'm gonna knock him out. Whether standing or on the ground, I don't know where the fight's gonna go, but I'm going in to kill.
All right.
I've never
Uh,
felt this efficient and monstrous before. I feel crazy. I want to put it to the test.
all right. I like it. I like it. I like the excitement. I see that you have a grappling match the weekend after the fight. Are you still gonna do that?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I'm doing that grappling match. I'm gonna be within weight. I'm gonna be fresh. My body's gonna be expelled of all the bullshit that been in it. I'm gonna be eating clean as fuck up until that moment. I'm gonna be crazy. I'm gonna have some fun. I'm gonna have some fun in February. Black History Month. I'm gonna make history.
All right, it's your month, man. Uh, a few more questions. I want to talk about MMA fans, man. They could be good, they could be bad, they could be crazy. What do fans obsess about too much that fighters really don't care about?
Um, they're obsessed with like main card shit. Like, oh, you're gonna be on the main card. Are you gonna be on the main card? Oh, are you gonna meet this fighter, that fighter? Yo, I'm a fighter myself. They always asking like, "Oh, are you gonna meet Dana White? Are you gonna see Conor McGregor and shit like that?" Like, They yeah, those questions are crazy. And it's like, why are you asking me about another man? The fact that I even respond to you on my social media, I learned when I used to reach out to John Jones and all these people, they don't respond. And the fact that I'm responding, giving you an opportunity to pick my brain and be a part of something, and those are the questions you ask. So slowly but surely, I just stopped reacting to fans because it's like it's the same bullshit, and I'm accused of shit and then everything. Like, why the fuck ask me if you feel like you have the answer? Are you on gear? Are you using steroids? No, I don't know what gear is and steroids are. Oh, you're a high performance athlete and don't know these things? You're damn right. My grandmother sheltered me from a lot of shit. Yo, I'm 33. I didn't even know what sex was until I was 18, bro. I didn't even know nothing about the female body till I was older, even though they teach you in school. I didn't even know what drugs were or anything until movies when I was old enough to watch them. I didn't know a lot of things. My grandmother did a real good job keeping my mind focused on school and everything else. So people will never respect that because they think because I'm black, I was born in the ghetto and raised away. Nah, my grandmother worked 3 jobs. My aunt worked 2 jobs. My uncle worked 2 jobs. My dad worked 2 jobs, owned a business, his automotive shop. At the end of the day, I truly wasn't around that stuff to know what it was until I got older. So me knowing steroids, yeah, I heard the word steroids before, not knowing what it was. And then the more I got into the sport, I still didn't know what it was. Then I had to start really looking it up. And I'm like, this is what they're saying I'm on. And then I realized, like, what the fuck am I searching this for if I don't use it anyways? I don't give a fuck about it. Because if they're gonna start saying I'm using this shit and then I start hitting them with knowledge behind it, then they're gonna be like, oh, you know so much about it. So I'm gonna keep it as that. So when I say I don't know about this shit, I really don't. But whatever floats their boat at the end of the day. Like USADA pops up on me randomly whenever the fuck they want. It don't even matter what I'm doing. One time I was out eating and it's like, damn, they pop up on me. I never failed a drug test. I don't cycle shit. I don't know how to cycle shit. The only cycling I know is bicycling. Like I jump on a fucking road bike and that's the only cycling I know. They expect me to know this stuff and then they get mad when I say I don't. Like, get over yourselves. You guys are fucking disgusting people. Like, if you knew my health, if you knew my health history and my family, you would know even to use that shit, I'd already be dead. I already lost 2 family members to heart conditions and it runs in this family. Like I would already be dead. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. So to speak on that and tell me what I'm using for what I'm not using, bro, I eat clean. I fucking do cardio every day. I do all the hard work you don't want to do to achieve. That's me. You're looking at it. And I post it every day on my social media what I do. You got the people who understand it because they're doing it. And then you got the people who will never understand it because they don't know how to formulate it. They don't know the formula behind it. They think there's shortcuts. There's no fucking shortcuts. You got to work hard. You got to get up at 3:30 in the morning and fucking run that 5 miles like I do. You got to drink 2 gallons of water. You got to do double, triple cardio. You got to do double, triple strength and conditioning classes. You got to do 10 5-minute rounds of pad work. 10 5-minute rounds of pad work with 30-second rest, not a minute, 30 seconds, real pad work. You got to grind with the grapplers. You got to do that shit. That's what I do on a daily basis. And then I do it with everything in me. I don't just sit there casually and be like, oh, this is what I'm doing. No, I grind like it's a real fight. I grind like this is my last day. That's what I do. My output is great, but my intake for food and shit isn't isn't like I don't eat like a king. I eat just enough to feed my body, fuel my body, and keep my muscle on, you know? And that's how that works. But you got idiots like more dates, more plates. That guy, he sat there and made some whole video about me. He still never gave the people an answer because he doesn't fucking have one. And that shit's beautiful. It's beautiful. Sitting there, I don't know if this guy's using he maybe not. Bro, you did that shit for views. You did that shit for views. You got my Instagram. You can video chat me like anyone else, and we can talk, bro. We can talk. But do you do that? No, you just make a video and assume instead of going live and letting the people ask the question. So, yo, I'm 33 years old. I don't know anything about all that stuff like performance enhancement drugs and all that shit. I've only learned of it now because I had to for USADA for those videos. That's the most knowledge I know is those videos. So the UFC actually taught me what that shit can do and why it's bad to use it. That's it.
It seems like that guy, more plates, more dates. He's brought a lot of unnecessary negative attention towards you, right?
Yeah, he did. And it's all good because now everybody who jumps on my page puts a picture of like needles and they say I'm on gear or nothing. They don't even follow my page. So you know what I've been doing? I think I have over 3,000 people blocked right now.
Mhm.
I had like
That's good, man.
35,000 followers and now I have 3,000 something because I blocked everyone. Like people think I need them. I don't. My following will grow after this fight because I'm gonna do something they never seen before.
All right, man. February 12th, like you said, you're going to do something they've never seen before. UFC
Let's
271,
go.
Houston, Texas. William, always appreciate the time. Always a good chat. Thank you so much, man.
Definitely, man. Glad to have you.